Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Season 2, Race 1 of the PWS Ginetta Cup. Welcome everyone to the channel. We're at sunny Donington Park. I'm currently in the middle of free practice, riding on board with Mr. Gerard. It's set to be an excellent night. Great follow-on from last season, one of the most attended race championship nights that the Senior Racing Club hosts. It's going to be pretty fantastic. I'll try my best to keep an eye on the people in the chat on the stream. You'll have to let me know if there's any problems with the sound. I'm currently changed some settings on my rig, so it's not my tested setup. I'll let practice fall out for the next couple of minutes, and I'll join you ready for the start of qualifying. Okay, so here we are, start of qualifying. Seems to be an extended qualifying of 24 minutes. I'm guessing that they've maybe split it. I didn't fully check the schedule, I'm not going to lie. But it will become obvious in a minute how many are out on track. So let's have a look on the map and see who was first out. We are riding on with Mark Christopher, who was first out. As he heads round, Mark will be the first to punch a lap in, so we'll stick with him and his PWS Coca-Cola livery Ginetta. Mark being one of the team drivers for the PWS esports team. I think he's being followed by Rogers. He is being followed by Rogers, another one of the PWS esports team. I'm not going to lie, I didn't look at what the times were in practice. I don't know what's going to be a good time, but we're going to find out in a minute. With 22 minutes to go, mind, there's plenty of time to set a time round here tonight. It does look like they're racing the larger, I think they call it the Grand Prix track. They head down to the hairpin now. I think Rogers is going to have to give Christopher a little bit more space. I think he's slightly quicker. He doesn't want to give himself a disadvantage. So let's ride on board with Mark as he starts his lap. See if he can keep it nice and tidy as he heads down. Nearly out of track limits. Plenty of curb there. Oh, big oversteer. That will have cost him some time. As he heads down Craners now. If you've never done Donington Park, I have. This series of corners is just fantastic. As he heads up the hill. Fully flat, no lift. Down a couple of gears. Big four-wheel slide there on the way in. Difficult bend to take this is. No real markers for braking point. So now we're going to be flat out down here towards the chicane. Down 3 gears, ride curb 1, ride curb 2. Shortest possible way across. So he's heading around now onto the start finish straights. Just got to straighten it up now and head out. There he goes. And that puts him just over a second back from Young, who's posted the fastest time, albeit in the middle of traffic. Oh yes, Young is there behind Rogers and Christopher. Young in the yellow car, Rogers going incredibly wide there. So we'll ride inside with Young for comparison. Christopher that we're just riding on board with as he heads up. Understeer, oversteer as he heads through there. Definitely leaning on these tyres a little bit harder than Christopher was. Gets down to the chicane, misses the first bit. There's a car there, just stricken. Don't think it's affected his lap. Okay, so let's follow some people that are on the move. So we currently have Saunders. He's 0.3 up. And he's all white. All white, all white, all white. Ginetta. With blue wheels. He's still managing to make that, hold that couple of tenths up, which will make the difference. He will jump Rogers. Also, Bijak, he's also on a lap. So this is going to be critical now. Bijak and Saunders both competing for second place. Down towards the chicane. The hairpin, sorry. Looks like he's going to have a clear run to the line now. Nobody's going to impede him. He's currently 4 tenths, half a second up. If he manages to hold this, it's a shot for pole. Oh, narrowly misses out on pole by a tenth. So next one, Bijak. He is up, he will jump Rogers. If he can maintain this pace. No, he's just losing. Wasn't able to jump Rogers. Rogers safe for another lap. So, who have we got on the move now? Harvey. On a good lap. Over 2 tenths up with 3/4 of the lap gone. Oh, it's a shame, Harvey. You were on a good lap then before you were aborted. So let's follow Bijak. Oh, I like this view. That was a good one. Currently half a second up. This would be enough for him to jump into second place. Let's see how we're getting on. Plenty curb. Still got 4 tenths on the clock. This is still a good lap if we can keep it tidy around here. Obviously there is always the temptation when you're up to push even harder, which costs you time. This is a genuine shot for second place. If we can just get some good drive out of this corner. Not quite a shot for pole. Is he going to do it? Yes, good. Oh, sorry, for third. What a good lap there. Oh, Pocock. We wasn't watching Pocock. A dirty old dog there. Look at that. Slid it in fourth when he wasn't looking. I did see some chitter chatter early on that Pocock fancied himself at a shot for the pole today. So let's see if he can back that up. Putting your money where your mouth is, out on track. Though he's not up on this lap. Rogers was on a lap, but he's just stuffed it. So Pocock is up a little bit. enough to jump him to 4th, but we're not on a pole lap yet. Bijak though is up another 3/10. He is after that 2nd place. Oh, Pocock's found 3/10 down here, and another 2/10 in the braking. This will also time for the top 3. That didn't cost him anything. Come on, Pocock. Bijak's just put it in 2nd. And here comes Pocock. Across the line. Oh, not quite enough. But he's there, just a couple of tenths away from pole. Tantalisingly close. So 13 minutes left to go. I would have thought that we're considering coming in for some fresh tyres. Track will be starting to rubber in now. I'll tell you what we'll do. We've got 24 cars on track. Let's ride on board with everybody. So there's Rogers. We talked about Rogers. We've got Mark here in his teal coloured Ginetta. Condrom. Sporting one of the PWS liveries. These liveries are free to use for any racer. Then we've got Edwards in the pink and fluorescent yellow Ginetta. Harvey was a player early on and his trademark yellow livery. Christopher is going to be disappointed, currently down in 10th. There is more to come from Christopher if he can just hold his head. Bailey, currently down in 11th. Cooper, also one of the front runners from last season. He's going to be disappointed if he doesn't break towards the top 8, top 5. Gerard sat down in 13th, unlucky for some. Another Team PWS drivers, you'll also see him on YouTube. In it is you give a shout out for his YouTube channel. Hello Pitbits here. We've got Nikos Jorgen in the chat. You could have come and joined me on the mic, guys, in the booth. There's still time. Okay, we've got Dont, Peterson, Trowbridge, Bywater, Hopkins. Looks like Hopkins has chosen the Vibro X. Ace, probably my best livery. I love that livery. Dear Love, Kaloum, Schmidt. Oh, Nikos is in the chat and on the track in the Vibro X car. Evans and then McDonald at the back. So let's have a look out front. Young currently got pole, 10 minutes to go, just over a 10th away. Bijak, 100th away from Bijak is Saunders, a couple of hundredths away Pocock, a couple of hundredths away Rogers, and a 10th back is Mark. So that top 7 is split by less than half a second. Gerard's just popped a time in there to get him towards the top 8. He's just started to warm up a little bit. Oh, I was talking about him earlier. Christopher's finding a bit of pace now. He's chucked some sandbags out. Racing like he means to. Nikos, I'm racing, plus you can't speak Greek. You're right. I don't do Greek, mate. But I can do broken English if you can do broken English too. So what's Melvin doing on the chat and not on the track, Mr. Garland? My hero from Group 2. You know, you could come and join me in the chat if you want, mate. Join me in the booth. fire the game up in spectator mode and come and join us. Right, 9 minutes to go. Track's rubbering in. Chat's getting exciting. Now the legends have joined us on chat anyway, it's getting exciting. So, who shall we ride on board with? At the moment, nobody really is showing to improve apart from, excuse me, Cooper. So Cooper's found a couple of tenths. Can he hold it together? Look at that livery. Oh, spoilt your lap there, Coops. One of the Team PWS drivers, or I think he's pretty much one of our dedicated GT4 drivers, although I get told off for it. Well, you could just come and talk to me in my ears, Melvin, and I can mute you off the stream, buddy. You know, sometimes it's just nice to chat these through. Are you having the whole season off then, Melvin? You're not racing at all with us, buddy? That will be a shame. Right, so Bijak has currently found 2 tenths. 2 tenths is enough for pole position. This is getting exciting. Still up. Bijak by 2 tenths. Can he take it to Young? Young was one of the dominant drivers last year in the PWS Cup. I think it was Young and Wolfschleiner that were running at the top in the last season. So it'll be interesting if Bijak can just get in there. He currently has enough in the bag if he can get the right drive up the hill. The car did just hinder him just a little bit. No, he's now broken even. He's lost that 2 tenths advantage he's got. He's just pulled a fraction out of there, but he crosses the line 2 hundredths faster. So he's just chipping away slowly, a little bit at a time. He's got 6 minutes to do it. I see Saunders has popped a lap in, so we've got Young, Bijak, Saunders, Pocock and Rogers. Always tell Rogers buy his green wheels. Oh, we've just had Edwards just pop up here in top 7. Half a second up. Shot at pole. If he can hold this together. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's see if we can hold it together. He's just losing a little bit of time up this hill. Didn't quite get the drive out of that last corner, but he's still up. Up enough for a shot for second. Can he get across the chicane and hold some speed? The time is just slipping away from him. No, he's now breaking even. He's at terminal velocity. He's not going to be able to improve now. Poor drive out of that last corner. Cost him 4 tenths of a second getting out of that corner. As earlier on, start of the lap, he was on for a genuine shot at pole. So we've got Young has only got the best sector time in sector 2. You've got Christopher with the best sector time in sector 1, and you've got Edwards with the best sector time in sector 3. So Edwards is throwing his hat in. He's turned up to the show and gone, I'm here. look at me. I'm going to come and nab your positions. And again, the early part of the lap, he's up 3-4 tenths. Nearly enough for a shot at pole. Rogers is up. Rogers is up just over a tenth. That would get him inside the top 3. Oh, this is getting exciting. Rogers is up 2 tenths now. It's nearly a shot for pole. Can you hold it together, Rogers? Edwards' time slipping away again as he gets further around the lap. Edwards hasn't been able to hold on to it again for a second lap running. I think he's seeing that he's up and then just trying that little bit too hard for the second part of the lap. So let's have a look. Nobody is looking at improving. I think Bijak's given up. I think Pocock's given up. Rogers has found a 10th. He just needs to hold on to it. He is up a 10th. Saunders is up too. Wow. Right on board with Saunders for a minute. Saunders is currently up 2.5 tenths, which will be enough to jump pole position. This could be a lap for pole. Yes, Nikos, the PWS skins look amazing, mate. All 3 of them. The Vibro X is my favourite, but the other 2 look awesome as well. As I glance down to the track, Saunders has spoiled his lap. So 1 minute 58 left to go. Nobody is showing green on my board to improve. Young has given up. He's in the pits. Not enough time to get a lap in now. Bijak is in the pits. Not enough time to get a lap in. Saunders has just started a lap. So let's ride on board with Saunders. This will be the last person for a shot at pole, I think. Edwards has already thrown in the towel. He's already in the pits. Saunders just keeps flashing green a little. He's about a tenth and a half up. Tenth and a half up still. Now he's losing a little bit as he heads down the straight. A little bit at a time. He needs to have all the curb on the way in, all the curb on the way out. Just losing a little bit now. He's fallen a tenth behind. We could make it up in this braking zone here with a good drive, but no, he's just overcooked it a little bit. He's gradually losing as he goes up the straight, so he's took a nearly 2 tenths advantage and turned it into a 2 tenths deficit. And he's completely fluffed the exit there, so that's Saunders done. Oh, he's got another lap in. Oh, wow, you want to... He's got another lap in. So Saunders made it for another lap. Rogers is up a little bit, but this will be Rogers' last lap. Christopher's also out on a lap, but he's down. Bywater was on a lap. So Rogers has abandoned it. Christopher is up. Those stop cars don't stop him. He's up about a tenth. I don't think it's going to be. It might be enough for him to butt up to the back of 7th, but I don't think he's going to actually gain any positions. But he will be gaining some valuable time as he heads round. And Christopher decides he's done and he's going to take out some barriers. So I'll catch you on the other side and on the grid, guys. Right then, you join us back on the grid. Let's have a look at doing some form of grid walk. I think we've got time. 1 minute 40 before we start. So we've got Young, Bijak, Saunders, Pocock, Rogers. So watch out for Rogers and Pocock. They'll be fast starters. We've then got Mark in 6th, Edwards in 7th. 2 PWS drivers, Christopher Gerard 8th and 9th. We've got Condrom in 10th. Bywater in 11th. Harvey in 12th. Bailey in 3rd. Cooper, Bailey in 13th. Cooper in 14th. Donington 15th. Smith in 16th. Peterson 17th. Gloom in 18th. Trowbridge in 19th. Hopkins in 20th, Evans in 21, Margaritas 22 and McDonald 23. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Not sure where we have our money on at the start of this. Bijak has looked exciting. Out front, definitely looked like he's had the pace in qualifying, but it was close, very close, only a tenth separating the top 3. So they should be getting ready to start their engines as we head round to the line. So they've got a very short warm-up now. Good looking grid as they head round with Young bringing them round. Not falling into the trap of wanting to warm his tyres up, just concentrating on the job in hand. Saunders is looking racy already. And here comes the line, and it's go, 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 go. At that line. Or was it the other line? Who knows? I think I called it too soon. So let's have a look what we've got going on. Relatively clean start here as we head through the pack. It's looking good. Looking close. Saunders has made a move on Bijak, side by side. I should say Bijak has made a move on Saunders. Quite slow starting with Rogers off the track. Saunders looking to immediately take that position back, which is giving Young the opportunity to get going. It's looking tight here. Rogers, Pocock, Mark, Christopher right on the bumper there in the Coca-Cola car. There's not a lot of room. A little bit of contact with Christopher and Mark further back. It's just cost Christopher a little bit of time. Side by side as they head towards the chicane. Christopher just holding that place with Harvey taking for the escape road there. We've got another big stop heading down here now. Bit of lunging going on as we run backwards through the pack, side by side there. Gerard, Condron, Bywater and Cooper in all the different various PWS liveried cars. They do look fantastic out on track. One of them's off the track, rejoining safely further back. So let's get to the front. Saunders, Young long gone. Saunders holding station to Bijak, then Rogers, then Pocock, Mark and Christopher, Condron and Gerard battling for position here, 9th and 10th. Gerard the one with the purple wheels. Pocock side by side here with Rogers. Rogers not giving an inch. Two PWS drivers there. It was clean, but I don't think Pocock's going to be happy about being pushed off the track a little. It was fair though, it was fair. What a shot as they all come into view. Heading down here, Christopher just showing his nose. Cooey, look at me, I'm here. I'm just sticking with this battle now. Pocock's having to go defensive from Mark. And Christopher having a look as well. What a fantastic track this is for these lads tonight. All excitement, all excitement. Look at that, what a lovely stream of cars as we head down there. Boom. Right, let's head back to this battle here in the middle. We've got two battles of three going on here. Just in the background, you've got Gerard making a move on Condron. Condron left just enough room. That was very fair, racing room there. And then just behind them, we've got Cooper on Bywater. Oh, Gerard unable to make the move stick. Cooper, on the other hand, got the job done. Thank you very much. And then we've just got Edwards has just made a move on Christopher and Mark. Mark just holding that in the background there. We've got them too wide, crazy. Oh, a bit of a dive bomb there. That was who was that getting that wrong? Condron. Just getting that wrong there. Just missed his braking point, giving the spot to Gerard, Cooper, Bywater, Peterson and Schmidt. Quite lost out quite a bit there, but I don't think he damaged his car. Now he's back on track here, battling away. So right, where were we at? Even I'm getting lost in all the action. So out front, we've got Young, 1.1 second gap from Saunders and Bijak. We've then got Rogers, Pocock, Mark, Edwards, Christopher and Edwards battling for position there. Edwards looks like he's got the run on Christopher up here. He's looking for the break-in. Oh, and he overshot it. That was nearly a full-on big, brave move, that was. Further back, we've got Peterson having a look on Cooper. Cooper's the one with the orange wheels in the middle of that battle. Wow, where'd you look? It's all action everywhere. All action, the first 7 minutes. That's right, 43 more minutes of this to go. So Cooper is definitely catching on Gerard here. Cooper at times last season was one of the front runners. I think he may have nearly poled or did pole one of the races last season, so we know he can drive these Ginettas, knows how to make them work. Bad drive out of that corner with Bywater now, taking a look at Cooper down the inside. Cooper looking for the switcheroo. So up front, Bijak is just holding that 3/4 tenths to Saunders. He might be looking for a move. Bijak is looking at making a move on Saunders. That was some good time. Bijak in the red car, Saunders in the white car. Looks like Saunders made a mistake. Bijak capitalising on it. Let's see if Saunders can find a way back past. Bijak is able to hold that position now. So he was looking tasty for it earlier on. I think these three are class of the field. They are just pulling away that little bit. In the background you can see Rogers. Pocock's been slowly chipping away at the back of Rogers. Those two there. Then we've got Mark, Christopher, Edwards, Gerard, and then that battle running backwards all the way down the field. There's not much separating any of them as they head along. I'll try and stick with the closest battles. So Young isn't having it all his own way this season. It looks like some of the lads have put some time in to close up on him. Bijak keeping him honest at that 1.1 second bracket. Saunders has found his pace again and is now back on the back of him. Just letting himself be seen in the mirrors. Okay, Pocock on Rogers. Pocock really has chewed away at that gap. He's pulled in a couple of seconds on Rogers over the course of the last 3 or 4 laps. Oh, he's mighty fast there into Redgate. Come on, boys. Let's see some action. It has been very clean so far with only minimal door rubbing. Pocock here having a drive. He has shown his nose up the inside of Rogers. Oh, and a slide there from Pocock getting out onto the straight. It's just meant that Rogers has got the better drive heading down into the chicane. Rogers is going to have the inside. Are they going to remain side by side? Oh, Pocock didn't know whether to turn or not. I asked for the action and these guys delivered it. Rogers is defending heavily now. I mean, look at the way that Mark's been able to catch up to the back of them. I apologise for those of you who can hear my daughter deciding she's going to have a row with her mother in the other room. It's always makes for good YouTube entertainment. Nothing more vicious than a teenage girl and a mother. So, riding currently with the Pocock and Rogers battle. Pocock does look like he's got the measure of Rogers. Probably looked after his tyres maybe a little bit better. This is where the battle is at the moment. Oh, Pocock getting a good drive up the inside there. Can he just hold it? No, but I get the feeling he's going to have a go at doing the switcheroo here. Just deep. Tries to get the drive round the inside. Rogers has just got that covered. Some great defending there by Rogers. Rogers is defending hard. He's just keeping his car. Oh, and Pocock throws it off in front of us. Oh, he's going to be upset with himself, but the car's pretty robust. Well, you got to do something. Right then, so let's get back up front. What do we got? Bijak, a second. So he has closed that little bit on Young, 0.9 currently. He's going after him as we head towards half distance. We've then got the Edwards and Christopher battle a little bit further back. I'll keep an eye on this at the front. These guys have been at it for most of the race. Great driving by everybody so far tonight. What have we got? Yeah, this is the closest battle on the track at the moment. Further back we've got Schmidt and Bailey. With Bailey making that stick. Then we've got Condrom, or Trowbridge, Condrom, Dont. This little trio here that are all together. Christopher defending heavily there. Edwards looking both ways. Christopher going a little bit deep. Oh, Edwards with a little bit of a slide though, trying to get the power down. It's that tricky balance with these Ginetta cars. You need to have them loose enough so you can steer them from the rear axle. The downside to that, of course, is when you get on the loud pedal, you're going a little bit sideways instead of a little bit forwards. Here we have a challenge for the lead now. Chipped away and got this gap down to 0.3 on my live screen. I think there might be a back marker coming up. There is a back marker coming up, car number 38. 38 is Bywater. Hopefully Bywater and Gerard's made a mistake going backwards down the field, but we haven't got a chance to look at it because Bijak is less than 2/10 away now. But it's one thing catching. Has he got enough overspeed to make it work? He might be able to use this back marker to his advantage. Bijak currently the fastest man on the track by a good margin. Look at that, just one car length separated first and second as we go into half an hour to go. Oh, excuse me. So Young has just twisted the wick a little bit now. Just got that back out to 0.6 according to my screen. So Bywater gets out the way for one car, gets out the way for two cars, gets out the way for the third car. That, boys and girls, is high behaviour under a blue flag. Exceptionally good sportsmanship there from Bywater. Letting this trio go so they can battle it out, so he hasn't played a part in the positions. I think we're safe for a minute. We'll leave these. We've got Harvey on Cooper. And we've also got Edwards on Christopher still. These boys have been trading paint all race. Can Christopher hold on with the pressure? He'll be sat in his chair with the shakes. Hopefully what I'll be able to do is drag some people from the chat into the booth afterwards. Edwards taking a look there around the outside. Christopher doing just enough to keep him at bay. A little bit further back we've got an out of position Gerard down in 14th. Racing with Trowbridge. Oh. Pocock slowly making his way back through, I see. Edwards on Christopher again. A 10th between them. Oh, mistake from Christopher there. Oh, okay. Can't be helped. That was a full. I think we will go to a replay. So we'll go back 30 seconds. Christopher loses it on the curb. No fault of his own. So he'll be a passenger. There were both passengers in this. Gets out the curb, gets it sideways. They both rub. He's overcorrects, turns back in. That can't be helped. So hopefully Christopher is going to slow up and give that position back to Edwards. Or at least wait for Edwards. He will do. He's a good sportsman, is Mark. Right, okay. So let's go forwards a little bit. What have we got here? Mark on Rogers. So this is Rogers and Mark for 4th place. Rogers does look like he was struggling. He was struggling to hold Pocock behind him. Now Mark has caught up with him at some speed. So, let's have a run down the order, shall we? So Young out front. We haven't seen much of Young. He's been out front. He was troubled for a little while by Bijak, but that seems to have sorted itself out. Then we've got Bijak and Saunders in 3rd. Rogers, who we was just talking about, in 4th, with Mark in 5th. Pocock on a bit of a recovery from battling with Rogers. Worked his way back up to 6th. Cooper, he was having a tricky race earlier on. He's made it inside the top 10. He's now in 7th, although Harvey looks like he's had an exceptional run down there. So we'll stick with this for a second before I go backwards. Nearly there, nearly there. Peterson are 3 wide now. Switch to the helicam. So that was Harvey's gone deep. Coops has managed to get his foot on early enough. Well, thank you very much. I'll have that place back. Then on the back of this group you've got an amateur musician, Mark Christopher, after his contact with Edwards. Peterson's just giving him that one after going a little wide. Right, so what we got going on? 20 minutes to go. We're currently riding on board with Harvey in the middle of this battle with Cooper and Christopher and Peterson. Right then, it's time for some action, boys. It is time for some action. I don't know what to say about this lot. I really don't. Oh, cricket chair. I daren't move away, because the moment I move away from this, Young has just made a small mistake up front. Bijak is teetering 0.3 with him. Young did have a scruffy last lap. I'm expecting him to put the pedal to the metal and head off. I'm going to get some drivers' fact sheets for next time, and when we have a little bit of a lull in the middle of the race, when everybody's settling in, I can start going through some facts with you all. Oh, Harvey's made a mistake. Let's see what happened, but that's Christopher through. Christopher's probably a little bit out of position. It'll be an interesting battle between himself and Cooper. Christopher being a works PWS driver, as well as Cooper. Peterson is sorry, Dont is there ready to take a look at Peterson. So, bit of a battle here. Young has really put the pedal down. Very scruffy lap from Bijak. So Young is playing cat and mouse out there. We're currently riding on board with Harvey, Peterson and Dont, the closest guys on track at the moment. Come on, boys, let's do it. Let's see, overtake here. Trowbridge on Edwards. Hey, Saunders is off. Saunders is off. We missed that. Let's have a replay. So Saunders is heading round the track, minding his own business. Heads round here. It's on the grass a bit like Christopher does. And bang. That looks like his game disconnected. What a shame. That was shaping up to be pretty good. Gifting Rogers third place for now. Nobody else is looking at doing anything exciting. Make for a very interesting race at this point, but we've got to make our way through. We've got to do a bit of a shout out for John Red 5. He's would normally be racing, but I believe he's got rig troubles. I think he's got some problems with his pedals. Oh, hello. I've just found all the chat. Sorry, guys. So I've just spotted we've got Howells in the chat. We've got Chris in the chat. We've got Pedersen in the chat. What else have we got? I think Melvin might still be about. I didn't realise we'd got chat working. Apologies, guys. If I know we got that doing, you could have been talking to me too. I am really tired. So for those of you that think I'm nodding off while I'm doing this, I really am tonight. If you've been following on Discord, I happened to have actually bought a house last week. I didn't know it was going to happen on the Tuesday. It wasn't happening, and on the Thursday it did. And I've currently got to get it livable for when we move this weekend. So I've been up there day and night. And if there isn't something going on, I will doze off. You can just join me on if you want to. Any of you want to hop in the booth? I know. I think I did drift off actually halfway through that, which is bad because the action's been good. For those of you that follow me on Facebook or Discord, you'll see that there's been some quite funny videos of various things that have been going on. So we are heading down. So you watched the whole race, Chris? Jurgen's been here the whole time. Did I fall asleep, Jurgen? I think I did. I think I fell asleep. It seems familiar. Right, let's have a look what we've got going on track. It has quietened off this latter part of the race when everybody's settled in. Edwards is going to be disappointed he got caught by Christopher, who was running in inside the top 10. Harvey and Christopher are side by side as they head into the hairpin. Harvey's just gone a little bit deep. I think Christopher, it's all just starting to get exciting now. We'll leave us on this for a second while I just double check that I can speak to everybody. That should work. That should work. That should work. Okay, so it may or may not work with my new settings, but I should be able to. I did. You were snoozing too. I was. I just woke up as well. Yeah, me too. I just woke up as well. Partway through, woke up just for the last 10 minutes. The big drive for me to get this house sorted is my new house has got a log burner in it, and it's been amazing while we've been working on it to have the log burner going. With the energy crisis as it is, it's not that I can't afford to pay for the heating, I just don't want to pay for heating. Oh, that was we'll do a replay. I'm not shaming anybody on stream, but it looks like Christopher missed his breaking point here. There's a good chunk off and wallop. There we go. Christopher will need to yeah, well, caught it on stream. He won't be very happy I've caught it on stream. Let's do a rundown for those of you that are on YouTube. You flush your logs. Well, as it happens, we're now drying them out and burning them as fuel. So, Young out front, Bijak second, Rogers quite a way back in third, Mark in fourth, Pocock on a recovery drive to fifth. So for those that didn't see it, Pocock had an off. Cooper worked his way through the field in a solid way up to sixth. Donington seventh, Peterson in eighth, Harvey in ninth, Christopher in 10th, and look who we have now behind Christopher, Edwards. He's not quite there yet, but that's encouraging. And then we've got Bailey and Trowbridge in the unlucky 13th. Condron, Gerard, Pit-Bits here, down in 15th. Hopkins 16th, Smith 17th, Gloom 18th, Evans 19th, Bywater 20th, McDonald's 21st, and Margarita's 22nd. Just blue flags just moving it out the way. So now I had no words for that either. So look at that livery. Possibly the best livery I've ever seen on a car. It's the Vibro X. Credit to Nikos for doing the liveries for us. But I just adore that car. That car is my favourite. I think I'm going to get all my liveries on all my cars done like that. Look at that, amazing. Right. What we got going on? Harvey's just made a move on Peterson and gained that position. Trowbridge is here all over the back of Bailey. It's still pretty close considering they've been going for 50 minutes. Nearly 43 minutes. Oh, mistake there from Bailey with a blue flag black marker. Looks like Trowbridge is going for the inside, but he's overcooked it. Bailey just getting a better drive out through the exit. Terry will have to wait another lap, or another corner at least, before we can have a look at doing that again. I think the other thing we've got possibly lining up is we've got Mark lining up on Rogers. So let's see what we've got going on. This is the closest battle for 12th place. Bailey and Trowbridge. Let's can Terry get this done? And quite typically when you're on stream, somebody always has to call you. So shout out to Fester for ringing me mobile. John will be chuckling, sat in his chair. Oh, that was close, Terry. That was close, but that's how it's done. It's nicely done there, Terry. In the 70 plus racing team. Apparently he's a 97 Pro. Oh no, that's his number. So yes, Mark is also making a move on Rogers. 5 minutes to go, 0.4 of a second in it for third place. This is could get tasty now. This could get tasty. So we need a driver of the day. So for those of you that are in YouTube, we need a driver of the day. I'm thinking of Young. Looks like Christopher has given that position back to Edwards. I think that was a sporting handback from what went on earlier. No, Christopher got it wrong. How heavily does he defend? He doesn't defend at all. He lets him have it. Well done, Mark. So for those that weren't watching earlier, Mark had a bit of a side-by-side with Edwards. Did the right thing, continued on, and then has given the position back. Great sportsmanship. So back to Mark on Rogers. .3 of a second. And you've got Trowbridge on Bailey still. And you've got Christopher now back on the back of Edwards. So he was fair, he gave the position. Now he's looking at getting it back. So let's keep an eye on this into the last couple of minutes. Any of these positions could go any way. Terry having to defend there from Condrom. Terry going deep, losing the position to Condrom. Now Mark is all over the back of Rogers. So what I will do after this is finished, guys, I will go and try and drag some people for a post-race debrief. So bear with me. I'll play one of the intro scripts that we've got, and then we will have we'll have one of them back, or two of them back for a chat. I think Terry's going to be disappointed that he lost that position. We've also got Harvey on the back of Donington looking for 7th. Trowbridge has made a mistake. Trowbridge has made a mistake. Oh, Terry. Coming up towards your last lap as well, buddy. Harvey looking mighty fast here as they head down. Can he get it done on the exit with the switcheroo? Nearly got his front wheel alongside. Close has a look both ways but thinks better of it. Bailey's got some, Harvey's got some good drive there, heading down there. Okay, so what we got going on? Harvey still here all over Dont. Mark has dropped back from Rogers. Christopher's dropped back off the back of Edwards. Condrom is ready to have a look at Bailey. Gerard is off. It's going to cost him possibly a position or two. Rogers has made a mistake. The slow last lap mark is right back with him again. Oh, we missed it. So Young has finished. Bijak is coming along the line for second. Rogers third. Mark fourth. Pocock will be fifth. Cooper in sixth. We have a battle here between Donington and Harvey. Next is Edwards. Then it's Christopher in the red car. There's other cars, and you've got Bailey, Condrom, Gerard. Trowbridge. Hopkins. And Smith, with everybody else now finished. So I will head out to the intro video and try and drag some guys across. Okay, so for those on the stream, we're just dragging a few people down now into the chat. They're all going to be congratulating each other in the background, and I'll bring their mic on in a minute. I don't know if Mr. Rogers is going to bring any more down. Okay, I will. You're now live in the booth, boys and girls. Hello. Who are we going to start with? Mr. Young? Go with the winner, Mr. Young. So, Pole didn't get the fastest lap, but did lead from start to finish. And since nobody said different on the chat, I gave you driver of the day too. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So, Mr. Young, it looked like you got it completely under control, and then I fell asleep halfway through the feed, and then I woke up, and it looked like you're being hassled. Well, yeah, towards the end of the race, it looked like you were just. I wasn't sure if you were managing your pace or if you were genuinely in trouble. Um, but it looked like you were getting hassled, and then you managed to pull it back to like second half again, and was back comfortable. Was it just a couple of bad laps, or? Yeah, okay, brilliant. Well, good race, mate. So, Mr. Rogers, third place. Yeah, he pushed the track limits. Did you? Well, Mr. Saunders had a disconnect, didn't he? Um, oh, I saw somebody have a dis. I thought Saunders had a disconnect. Sorry, I obviously fell asleep and missed that. Well, before that, let me take you back a little bit. Before that, you were holding position, defending well, and you were having a great battle with Pocock. Um, you were really struggling. He was all over you. Yeah. Well, you had some. I was just about to get there. You had some good side by sides, very fair. I think you might have had. I think you might have had one rub, but nothing more than a door to door. It was nothing. It was. It looked close. It was nothing really to talk about. Um, no, very fair. And Mark threw it off in the pressure. And then at the end of the race, we'll get to that. So then you had a very boring bit. That's when I fell asleep, middle of the race, and then you woke up again at the end with Roman Mark behind you, um, all over you like a rash. We followed it for a bit. We thought it was going to be a thing, and I really wanted it to be a thing, not because I didn't want you to have third, but because it was exciting. Do you know what I mean? But he defended well, and he just couldn't quite make it. Yeah, no, it was yeah, it was enough. It was enough. Um, do we want to discuss your race, Mister Christopher? Um, poor. Let me talk you through it, Mister Rogers, and Mister Christopher can chip in. So he was having a good race. Some very close battles. He made some good positions up. He had some good close battles, and then he managed to drop a wheel off the track. Um, and he had a little tat, and there was somebody just alongside him, so he collected Edwards at the same time. Um, both passengers, nothing they could do. They both managed to get going again. And towards the end, Edwards caught Mark back up again. He gave him the position back because that was fair. He went wide, let him have it, but then raced him towards the finish line, didn't you, mate? Um, and I think you owe Harvey a little bit of an apology as well, Mr. Christopher. I think you had a little bit of a rear end, a little bit of just a misjudge of braking, just a little bumpity bump. Was there a multiplier on the game? Brilliant. So really, so what you're saying, you guys, so you're saying you guys have had a 10-minute race and you made me sit here for 50. That's why. Is that why I was falling asleep because of the times multiplier? Yes, the start and the end was great. I'm not going to lie. I'm tired from doing house stuff, so I flagged a little bit in the middle. Then the others woke me up on the YouTube chat. Yeah, we're still live, so don't swear. Oh, wait there. Hold on. You.
Crying. I didn't have a problem at all. I like the sun coming down every sunset.
I think it's very pretty, isn't it? The lighting is very nice.
I didn't have a problem with the
trees.
lighting. It was just the lack of tyres.
Well, see, I live in Scotland. I'm used to that.
You're used to cold tyres, aren't you, Brian? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you've got your shorts on up there, aren't you?
In Scotland, no, I'm wrapped up in a fleece and that, hugging my computer to keep warm.
I think in summary, you're right. It was a great first round. I loved it. I think the people on the chat loved it. I'm not so sure as I've had the settings right for you guys in Discord with my new audio mixer, but we'll find out afterwards. Either way, everybody will hear a good one-sided chat, won't they? I'm going to, for the next...
Whether you're talking to yourself.
Probably. I have just found some buttons and it does look like it's working properly now. I do think we should perhaps do driver cards. So I've got something that I can talk about people whilst the stream's going on, because...
Or get a bio or something.
Yeah, 50 minutes.
If we do maybe a spreadsheet with the car numbers on, and
something like that, yes.
Or everybody sends their info to somebody.
Just one Google sheet, so everybody can fill in their own information on it. That's just a shared Google sheet will do. That I can open.
And just sort it in numerical order, so it's easy for you to find.
Yeah, because
it's Don Harvey, wasn't it? I need to say sorry.
Yes, it was Don Harvey. I would say that it's.
Hang on, Darren. Just give me 10 seconds. Don Harvey. Sorry, my error. There we go. Carry on.
There you go. And Edwards. I think
I've already chatted with him.
Have you? It was, to be honest, though, there was nothing you could do. You were passengers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would.
That's what he said.
I would hope
he did that when I let him pass, though. He did do the same as I did, and I backed off because I thought I'm not going to do a mirror image of what we've done. That will look really bad.
So where are we next week, boys? So what's
we are
round 2.
Round 2 is. Hang on a second. Round 2.
Spa.
Round 2 is Spa. You're quite right. Yes.
Okay,
so we're all sitting in our homes pretending we're at Spa. That's where we are.
70-minute race.
Really?
70 minutes?
So you have
70-minute race with no mandatory. One mandatory pit stop.
God, you're making me sit this out, aren't you? So let's have some predictions for next week. Let's have some predictions for next week then. So, Brian, obviously you're going to be strong, aren't you? You were a contender last year, and you've started out strong this year, haven't you? So this season, So you're looking strong for Spa. Who do you think your rivals are going to be at Spa? Do you think anybody can bring it to you?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell because each track, I think, attracts different people. So I think Spa over 70 minutes is definitely going to be a stamina thing.
It's stamina and no
Definitely.
mistakes, isn't it,
You know
Brian?
what I mean?
It's a very low grip track, so it's easy to make a mistake.
Yep.
Well, and
So
if
it's
you
going
have to
be
do
about keeping the cool, definitely.
more than one pit stop at Spa will kill you, because
Yeah,
it's a
out.
2.5 minute pit stop, isn't it, at Spa, because of the long. Is it 2.5 minutes? 1.5 minutes pit stop?
It's a long time, elapsed time, yeah.
Everybody's got the same, so it's not like it doesn't work itself out.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
And
Right.
even if there wasn't a mandatory pit stop, you would have to do one because you'd never met that 70 minutes on one tank.
No, and you've got to the pit stop is you've got to change tyres as well. So it's a tyre stop. So you might as well fill up with fuel as well. So
Yeah.
If only I knew who'd set the stuff for this championship. 70 minutes. Jesus.
You're talking to him, innit? I'll give you a clue. It's not me and Brian.
It's only 20 minutes above what we're done tonight, so it's not that drastic.
And I've just noticed as well that in the time multiplier box for the race, it has a number. So we need to change that.
Oh no, keep that.
Add to the excitement.
Well,
no, you've publicised that there's no time difference.
No, there's
so
no
you've got
time.
to go with that, really.
I need to check the time of day because it's set as 8 o'clock at night.
So
as well.
One thing I would like to do is, if I'm around on Sunday or Monday evening, or even Friday or whatever, is do a version of a podcast, a pre-race chat. Get a bunch of us together for a chinwag.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Fancy, aye. I'll grab a wee coffee and a wee biscuit. I could do that.
Yeah, come and join us in the booth, and we'll just basically chat racing and pick on people and stuff like that. You know.
Well, I don't know about picking on people.
I think they call it banter, don't they?
That's
what
right.
happened to Mr. Gerard, anyway?
You'll see us. It'll say tomorrow, not again, not another league, and then it'll start with, it'll start his stream something like, "Hello, Pit Bits here. Today we're going to try and have a good one. I've qualified badly, but I'm going to try and move forward from here." Right, and then you're just going to see short clips of him flying off the track in every direction.
Look, this can't be happening.
So David
well,
finished 13th for David. And how many whoopsie laps did he have? He had 1, 2.
There was a few. I think he had 3. I think he had 3 offs.
3 big whoopsie laps. No, 4. The last lap was a whoopsie lap as well.
So the people that I was watching from the back, Coops qualified badly. For Coops, he did, because Coops had been showing good form.
Yeah,
at the
he's
back
got
end
good
of the season.
pace at the end of last season. He was very quick,
he qualified badly, but worked his way through, which was brilliant. I think he was 7th or 8th in the end, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Coops finished. He was 6th. Yeah.
Matt Rogers, just click the button that says team standings.
Hang on a sec. Got to get up there.
Yes, that's what I should have my computer set to now. I need to do a separate screen to show the results, don't I?
The survey results.
Yeah, I will fix that on my feed for next week. But next week, I may have to record it live, but not stream it live, because I will be in the new house with only 4G internet. Which might not be enough. So I figured I might just record it live and then post it afterwards.
Yeah.
It all works the same, doesn't it?
And if the race is lasting 70 minutes, you'll need to get some extra coal to shovel into your computer to keep it going.
You will, yeah.
Yes, you'd have to record it live, because the game recording probably won't make 70 minutes.
No. I'd do the commentary and record it as if I'll watch it as you do it live, record it live like I'm recording it now, and then upload the video afterwards. So it would be a live thing. It just wouldn't be viewed like Channel 4 F1.
Yeah, but how will you pick the highlights?
I won't need to pick the highlights. I'll watch the game live. I'll tell you about it, not
Right.
on this. I'm going to finish the stream, stay online, and I'll chat to you on this. Stay here in the booth, and I'll chat to you.
Yeah.
For everybody on the stream, thank you very much for watching. Catch you all. Well, somebody else will be streaming Saturday, definitely Sunday, if not Saturday as well, and hopefully we'll be starting a podcast soon. Latest, everybody.
We'll catch you all in the booth next week at the same time. See you later. Bye.
Yep.
Bye bye.